Good morning, students. Today we will start the social science part history, chapter number 4, tribals, dukus, and the vision of golden age. Before we start the lesson, let's understand the meaning of dukus. Okay, this is our today's topic, and this the understand the meaning of dukus. Okay. So it's used to denote the outsider. Mainly, this term is used for the Britishers. Okay. So, moreover, the basic of this lesson, how tribals movement getting the momentum, and they started to raise the voice against the British Raj. Okay. So it means by the Birsa Munda. So Birsa Munda is the tribal's freedom fighter. Okay, is the freedom fighter. He belongs to the Munda community. A tribal group of he's a tribal group. Okay, this is the picture of Birsa Munda. Okay, in 1895, a man named Birsa was seen roaming the forest and villages of the Chotanagpur in Jharkhand. People said that he had a miraculous power. Okay, he could cure all diseases and multiply the grain. Birsa himself declared that God he had appointed him to save the people from trouble. Okay. At the time, there was two other tribal religions. One is Santals and Oraos. Okay, so all tribals followed Birsa Munda wholeheartedly. Okay, because they considered Birsa a person who has miraculously power, and slowly and gradually built a strong faith on Birsa Munda. And at the time, Munda tribals was the main tribals. So before we discuss about the Birsa Munda, we will see how tribal features. So what is the tribal features? The tribal features is the unique and customs in rituals. Similarly, we have the Baiga. Okay, look at the picture. This is the Baiga means tribals. They living in central India. Okay, next is Khons, the community that this community living in the Odisha. Okay, forest. They're cultivating they collectively they are hunting. They are going to the forest and hunting hunting, and they divided the meat. Okay, among and many more to among them. They are gathered together. Okay, and one more tribals is the Hajang tribes from Tripura. They are migrated from Assam. Okay, so here women takes the equal responsibility men in the works mentions. However, two main classification here you have to understand properly that. However, two main cultivation in the tribals group. Here two means we can see two types of tribals groups. One is settle, SATTLE, settle. Okay, and another one is nomadic. Okay, so settle means that tribals is settled in one place. Okay, and nomadic means they have no settled life structure. They are moving to one place to another place. Okay, means settled tribes means as a British Raj, they're easy to tackle easy to control, easy to govern, to settle those who are settled tribals, but it is not easy to tackle the nomadic tribals. So they are moving to one place. Suppose here one day, here next day another place, again another day another place. So it is very difficult to manage them as a difficult for the manage for the Britishers. Okay, now we will talk about the Jhum cultivation. Jhum cultivation is a shifting cultivation. Okay, and Jhum cultivation is also known as slash and burn cultivation. It's kind of agriculture practice which is commonly seen in northeast India and hill areas. Now we will understand what is jhum cultivation. So okay, here I will show you one small video. Through the video you can understand better what is jhum cultivation. So here is the video.
Since the time of our ancestors, we have been planting crops, hunting, and doing gathering. We have always relied on the forest for everything, and have always protected it and nurtured it in return. When we do subsistence farming, we shift fields periodically. Let me tell you how we farm our crops. First, using our ancestral knowledge, we look at the surrounding trees and plants to tell us that the soil is fertile and ready for growing our crop. Then, we perform rituals to see if powerful spirits live in the area. If they do, then we farm somewhere else. We don't want to upset the spirits. Once we've chosen a small plot, we'll clear it all together with machetes. In March, we burn the dead plants. The nutrients in the ashes make the soil naturally fertile and help the harvest to be good. After the harvest, we leave the area for several years so the soil regenerates. The fields attract all kinds of birds and animals who benefit from the clearing. The forest that grows back will be as strong and healthy and will protect the land from erosion. Look at the forest around us. To you it looks like a wilderness, lush, green, and untouched. But this is our home. And it's like this because we've cared for it and managed it since the beginning of time. One day, method is sustainable and less intrusive. They forced us to use the same plot of land permanently. But when we plant on the same piece of land over and over again, the soil gets exhausted, and ultimately the forest will never grow back. The following years, our harvest became poorer and poorer, till it was not enough to feed our families. The only way to survive now is to harvest more and more honey, rattan, and resin, and put more and more pressure on our forest. The ban on shifting cultivation means we cannot live sustainably in self-sufficiency anymore. All of this is done in the name of conservation.
Hope you understand the shifting cultivation or jhum cultivation. Okay, they broadcast the seeds that is scattered the seeds on the fields instead of plowing the land and sowing the seeds. Once the crop was ready and harvested, they moved to another field. A field that had been cultivated once was left follow for several years. Okay. So a very important phenomena of the tribals group was they had a kind of means strong kinship network. That means all the close members of the society, they live together and practice a common belief. Okay. However, some of the people, especially the Britishers, were trying to capture the empire of the tribals because they believed that these tribals could produce some really valuable forest produce which is not possible for a common man. That's why Britishers were very interested to capture the tribals empire. Again, the moneylenders or Britishers were major problem to the tribals to be because they used to ask for the loans, and tribals has to take the loans for the common needs or common things, and they finally what happened, they were stuck the debt of the poverty. They took the loan for 1 year, but they are not able to repay. So grow and grow for the years. So it is difficult for them. So next we move to the here we will see some things that is help for your multiple type questions. So let's see the Barquas of Kashmir. We used to read the goats Gaddis of Kullus were shepherds, Labadis of Andhra Pradesh, and Gujars of Punjab hills were cattle herders. Okay, so this is very good for the multiple type of questions. So you read or go through properly. Now, as we said, Britishers were interested to capture the tribals empire, and they said that to the means they asked to the means for those who are settled down, for them is not as I mentioned. So before that, so those who are settled tribals, for them is no problem, but those who are not settled means for the those who are means cultivating the jhum cultivation, for them is difficult to settle in one place. Okay, because they are moving to one place to another place. So but other hands Guddus means Khuns, Gons and the Santals were believe that they are mean believe they're accepting the British rules, and they say okay, we will settle down one place. Okay, so next week we will see the means the norms of the some took settle cultivation. Okay, and forest laws and their impact. Okay, and about the obviously the tribals fighter or tribals freedom fighter about Birsa Munda. Okay, so here we will conclude. If you have any question doubts, you can ask me, no problem. So thank you, and be happy and healthy.